Reports from Manchester suggested that the spotlight after Manchester United's clash with Brentford was not on Bruno Fernandes, as many might have expected, but on another player whose display was described as deeply concerning. Analysts were quoted as saying that United's star had lost possession 15 times during the match, a statistic they argued was unacceptable at the highest level. Commentators explained that such repeated turnovers had piled unnecessary pressure on the defense, leaving fans and pundits questioning why the player had remained on the pitch for so long. One observer was reported as saying that the individual's performance had undermined United's rhythm and allowed Brentford to gain dangerous opportunities. It was claimed that calls were growing for Erik ten Hag to take decisive action. Sources close to the club revealed that critics had been insisting the player in question should be dropped immediately, with some adding that continued selection would only weaken United's chances in upcoming fixtures. The same insiders suggested that patience among the fanbase had already worn thin. While Bruno Fernandes had been expected to face criticism due to his status as captain, reporters emphasized that Fernandes was not the main issue against Brentford. Instead, they pointed out that the unnamed star had committed repeated errors that disrupted attacks and stifled creativity. Pundits were reported as saying that United could not afford passengers in such a competitive Premier League season. Former players speaking on television were quoted as stressing the urgency of change. One was reported as saying that football at the elite level demanded consistency, and that losing possession 15 times in one game was a red flag that could not be ignored. Another expert allegedly remarked that continuing to trust the player would only expose the team to further embarrassment. Fans online were said to have echoed those sentiments, with many posting that Erik ten Hag must be ruthless. It was noted that frustration had spilled across social media platforms, where supporters insisted that loyalty should never come at the expense of results. Some fans were quoted as saying they no longer wanted to see the player start key games. According to reports, the overall message was clear: Manchester United must rethink their selections if they are to compete with rivals. Forgetting Fernandes in the debate, observers were insisting that the real problem lay elsewhere, and that axing the struggling star was the only solution.